Hi everyone. This international break, there has been many incidents, many unexpected incidents, and many topics to talk. So I want to talk about the most talked topic. I think it was the flashiest incident that Cristiano Ronaldo uh, take his armband off, took his armband off during the game, during the Portugal game. It was end of the game, but in the end, it was 90 additional time. But the game was being played. I watched it on extended highlight. I didn't watch 90 minutes completed, but everybody uh, it has been talked a lot. So it is the most important topic of um, last 10 days maybe because it has magazinal dimension at least, and Cristiano Ronaldo is has been showed like the best player at least for a huge for some respectable amount of people, football fans and authorities. Uh, I need to give some positive aspects of him. I need to talk general as I don't have opportunity to talk every day about Cristiano Ronaldo. I think his studiousness, his his uh, ambition, his eagerness on football, and his eagerness to win, his steadiness, uh, his seeing feature. Like he didn't he never thought that he is done. He simply keep going on, and he simply wanted to win the important cups, most important cups for next year also. He never stopped, and he didn't think he was over, he was done, he was okay with his successes, that which that they are not minor, they are not uh, unimportant at all, because he has achieved a lot. Uh, Honestly, I didn't think when Messi consecutively was winning 5, 6 Ballon d'Or consecutively, and he was Cristiano Ronaldo was behind him. I think by far, and I personally I was thinking Cristiano Ronaldo even couldn't get even a single Ballon d'Or award, because I think Cristiano Ronaldo was going to be uh, overshadowed by Lionel Messi or other players forever. But he didn't give up. Cristiano Ronaldo never gave up, and I even didn't believe that he consecutively win 4 or 5 times Ballon d'Or, and he won European Cup in national times with Portugal. He did many. He broke many records. He has broken many records because he is an active football player, and he is keeping going on. Then what he did, he won 2 or 3. I think the last Real Madrid Champions League cup, he wasn't there, or 2 or 3 with Manchester United. As I remember, he was on final. Maybe he won, maybe he didn't. It is not the point. We are we should agree as Ronaldo lovers or as Ronaldo dislikers, haters. I think hatred is intense feeling in every field of life. Less for football. It is more for football because in football, people need to participate as spectators, especially as spectators. You need to have a fun, just like me. I used to think in different manner, but in different perspective. I was seeing from really, I think, dangerous perspective of football, but I exactly understood that football is just for having fun. They are professionals. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Robert Lewandowski, Gnabry, Kimmich, Manuel Neuer. They needed to, and they still need to think professionally, and they need to earn their money. They need to protect their fame. You don't need to be too intense, and we need we need to open our mind, just having 90 minutes of fun whenever we watch a game. If our team will win, if our team will lose, it's not our directly problem, not it's directly our problem, because we cannot participate actively on this topic, on this fact. So I think always it's better think, overthink, or be distressed about being distressed. Nothing good at anything, but we need to focus on what we can change mostly. But when it's about football, or this football must be as amateur football fans, football is our funny area, our hobby, just hobby. This is just hobby. We mustn't think to get hatred, or we mustn't, if you like Messi, you don't think bad about Cristiano Ronaldo or its football fan, because if you do, in that way you are missing something in your life. If you are janitor, you keep uh, your maybe your workplace clean. If you are teacher, you need to teach good. If you are doctor, you need to cure, you need to attend your patients in a good way. If you are president, you need to govern your country in a good way. If you are just a football fan, if you are not a professional, don't overthink and don't waste your time being too upset. Cristiano Ronaldo, what he did in last game, not last game actually, it was a Serbian game, Serbia against Serbia. It is totally unacceptable and irrespectable for his teammates, because Diego Jota had already made 2 goals, and for Portugal 1 point is not bad, not at all, because Serbia is a potential team. I watched this Serbian team. I have seen squad of Serbian team, and they are really strong. They both on their lineups, their bench, and they used to be next the previous qualifications. They were all good, but they just didn't achieve to be a good team. They were many distractions and many setbacks, maybe because they got some spectator ban, they involved in politics, and they got 6 game. I think they didn't play in their home side they were all alone in one of qualifiers. And maybe this is sometimes it's about draw also. You see Dusan Tadic, it was there were in Kolarov, Nastasic, Vidic, Vidic, all Serbian, more and more. Look at that Mitrovic as a striker. You can put this Mitrovic. You can put on maybe Spain, Italy. He can play in England national team. He is really potential, tall forward, and everybody searches tall forward, but he can play. He can play well. His footwork is good. So Serbian team is not any team that it's directly your opponent. And Serbian team 10 men, that it which means Serbian team was 1 man down at the very moment that 1 or 2 minutes were left. And what Cristiano did? Finish the game. It is not your business. It's not your business. If you stay on the game, maybe your team will score third goal, and you will already get a huge advantage of being qualified to World Cup, because and seemingly or apparently you play at away. You are in away game also. It is really immature of Cristiano Ronaldo. It is unacceptable, because we saw him. He had missed many easy opportunities. It was not a 100% goal position, 100% of opportunity to make a goal, but he played badly, more or less. I didn't watch 90 minutes, but he was little bit. He seemed he has been seemed like he was disconnected. He ballooned the ball with his left foot, and I think he has some kind of freeness. He has his own freestyle. He has like autonomous. He is autonomous, and he gained this because of his like he is general of Portugal. He does whatever he wants. So, but it was irrespectable for Diego Jota. Maybe he had made two goals, and he could have 3 goals also. Maybe it's just one position, but it is still to play 1 minute. As a Portugal player, you need to say you have one man advantage. You need to say, okay, it's goal or not. Please keep continuing, keep play. You need to say that, chief referee, keep play. As a football fan, directly when I saw the first angle that they broadcasted, I thought, why he is objecting? It's online. It's basically it didn't cross the line, because angle was not easy to see. Then I saw in repetition, second angle showed us that it's goal. It probably was goal. And after all measurement, after all comments, I got that it was goal. It was probably goal. On the other hand, there wasn't VAR check. There was no existence of VAR. Then the assistant referee had clear position. He should have seen this. It is true, but sleeping defender, I think would made the position difficult to see. And we need to remember Cristiano Ronaldo how he got that um, many goals. How many goals he had made from easy, uh, from bad decision, from cheapest penalties. Even against Juventus, they got their final ticket or semi-final ticket. Juventus were winning 3-0, and out of nowhere, they didn't have any position, they didn't have any productivity, and he got the penalty, and he scored the goal, and he celebrated. Then when you feel you're aggrieved, you cannot do this. It is really frustration, and it is insult for football. It is unacceptable. I cannot say that Messi or other football players is good, perfect. They act as example. Cristiano Ronaldo bad, but from now on I will talk about every topics and every players those kind of attitude, so we can analyze in better way and in profoundly. It is really sad. It is really sad because I think Cristiano Ronaldo has been protected. He has been protected by FIFA. It must be like that because he is one of the players that he has his boot, and he sells, so it is like advertisement. Last year he got best 11 players in FIFA. Who could choose Cristiano Ronaldo over Gnabry? We need to respect what Gnabry did. Football is if you give 20 hours, if you give 20-21 hours, 20 season of 2020-2021, season of 29-2020, you need to consider, I think authorities needed to consider exactly this year. When it's not, you cannot give 2021-2022 best player award to Maradona, either Pele, because they don't play. Football is about exactly that season. If you give one season award, it must be required. It must be related with this year exactly. So Cristiano Ronaldo uh, needed Cristiano Ronaldo needs to check what kind of opportunities he has been awarded till now. He has really huge opportunities that other players didn't get. He can use penalty in all teams. He is protected by his coaches, his all of coaches. He is now 36 years old, and when he's making way to his bench at 70 minutes, he play with his hands, he make face. It's unacceptable because why? He wasn't in game. It is my sixth sense. I didn't watch 90 minutes, I repeat, but he sometimes so disconnected. He sometimes, because Ibrahimovic, for example, why that quality of football player had to go to United States to play. Nobody wants to go to MLS, League of United States, Football League of United States, to be best player, to be awarded by best player of FIFA. And we know Zlatan Ibrahimovic has, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic used to have this ambition, this ego to get uh, every awards he could get. So I think all uh, top players, all players that talented, too talented, except um, they are on camera, on the spotlight, they are supposed to be one, that they are 10 best players in the world. In Cristiano Ronaldo case, it is about all time. He was being talking, and he's being talked that he is one of the best of all time. And some people, even you can hear that Cristiano Ronaldo is the best all time. I think we have some people who say that. So I get furious. Little bit I got furious because you are a professional. It's 2-2. It's not World Cup final. It's not a game. It's not a game that you you are going to lose something that you cannot recover. You cannot get back. It's just second or third time, third game of qualification, which previous game Portugal won 3 points advantage, and they are keeping going. Serbia is their directly opponent. You cannot do that. If you have your winner soul, you cannot do that. You need to think in positive way. You need to stay at game. You need to stay at game. Yes, we maybe football fans saw some players like Eric Cantona. You need to be calm. You need to be confident. If you acclaim that you are best, you need to control your nerves. It could be difficult. I am sure. As we watch the repeat actions repeat, we saw that Cristiano Ronaldo had really clear angle. So he was at position that just only he could see the position that the ball get passed, or the ball was didn't cross line. He saw, okay, but if you are a professional player, you need to he needed to be more professional. He needed to be more professional. I'm upset to say that someone who gained 5 or 6 Ballon d'Or, or best player of FIFA, best player of year, whatever. He has many individual awards, and he has plenty of team awards also with Real Madrid, with his national team. But why you are objecting to chief referee? Nobody. If referee had given the goal, I would be suspicious that the game was rigged, because chief referee, I didn't see where exactly he was when the position happened. But those kind of positions directly must be taken by a line referee, the assistant referee, because linesman can say the ball is passed, or the ball didn't pass. I suppose that chief referee was something close to, he must be close to a penalty area, but he mustn't be even inside of the penalty area. And from that angle, that middle of the in the middle of the pitch, you cannot say to go. You need to see that angle to see all pass or all didn't pass from side. That's why linesman, there is assistant referees in football, finish the game. I think he has lack of confidence psychologically. He is perfect football player. He doesn't have any psychological problem as a football player. Just he is too much egoist, and sometimes I understood that he deserves some kind of exceptions on him, some kind of privileges treatment in pitch, because he can take some free kick, he can hit ball, he can shoot instead of giving pass. In some cases I accept and I can understand that he is superstar. He is superstar and we can accept. We all must accept that. But you cannot, instead of going assistant referee, or instead of scalding, instead of insulting, instead of swearing to side referee, to a linesman, you go directly the chief referee, and you say finish the game, and you are throwing your armband out on ground, down to ground. So you Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to get attention. Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to draw attention. It is unnecessary, because he just had all attentions when he won the World Cup, when he European Cup. I'm sorry, it's not Cristiano Ronaldo never won a World Cup, and it is too difficult to win World Cup with that Portugal game. This Portugal game has a variety. They have more variety, because Diego Jota is coming, other Bruno Alves. Portugal team, setting aside Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal team is strong. You cannot send yourself, or you mustn't overshadow. You mustn't try overshadow a huge national team, which before you there was Eusebio. I don't know. Portugal team has history. Portugal team isn't only about Cristiano Ronaldo, and his explanation, his in his post-game interview or something, it was against Portugal nation, something like it. I didn't agree because I saw highlight of Italia game, Italia against Bulgaria. I don't think first penalty position that Italy gained, Belotti diving. Belotti dived. So just I didn't see any contact. I didn't see anything. They were each other, and opponent of Belotti was just was side of him, and they got maybe shoulder contact, and Belotti left himself to ground, and penalty. As a player that always played in big teams, and Portugal had good generation, and Portugal have always good generation when Cristiano Ronaldo played, and they all played in both European League, European Cup, and World Cup, and they had that perception that they were going to play in those cups, and they were almost second, third, like they were second line favorite, like couple of three four teams were favorite, and Portugal could be counted like sixth, seventh team as champion, cup winner candidate. So what North Ireland could do against France. I think it was North Ireland or Ireland qualifications. Henry Henry used his hand and a lot of pressure. I think referee saw it, but he couldn't just give he couldn't whistle. He couldn't he referee wouldn't um, get that decision because of pressure. It was not about that. Just even though assistant referee had a good position, maybe sleep. Yes, as I thought, angle that that angle was lost momentarily. It's not a World Cup final. You had already played many Champions League final, which is important as much as uh, Champions League final games are watched as much as European Cup finals. Maybe more. Champions League quality is uh, I don't indisputable. So I didn't. I think those kind of things, psychological and football players. Every single football player must get some kind of special attention, but correct attention by their club teams. Firstly, they on their club teams. So, secondly, even in their national teams, they must be treated well, but properly. They mustn't be uh, too spoiled. I think the pressure and all earning too much money, and they are turning a rich man from poverty too harshly and too fast from night to morning with a contract. Maybe in Cristiano Ronaldo case, he played in Sporting Lisbon, and maybe he was discovered by surprise, or Alex Ferguson was scouting him from while. When he contracted with Manchester United, he 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 became suddenly a rich one of he was going to become suddenly one of the richest football players, and he was going to be like inside all he used to draw all attention, and he wanted to do that along all his career. And then it is good when personally you want to do this, but when you damage your team, when you bother your teammates, maybe they cannot tell, maybe they cannot complain about this situation, but Portugal team has good generation, more or less 2-2, not a bad score, one man advantage. And why you got 2-3 balls to kick to make a goal? You didn't. Diego Jota did this with his head. Wait, this is not your game. Just it is one game. Skip one game. Maybe he had too much blood pressure. He had that tension. Playing 90 minutes is not easy at that age, especially. But I think many coaches cannot distribute, and I think a Portugal coach don't have authority, doesn't have authority, doesn't have that respect over Cristiano Ronaldo. As I saw, a couple of views, couple of videos when Portugal won Euro Cup final. Cristiano Ronaldo was talking as a president, as an owner of a national team. You need to celebrate. You won the world. You won the European Cup. You don't need to give any speech in dressing room. Everybody won just like you. It is ridiculous. Those kind of things we cannot see in German dressing room. As I imagine. I don't know. That's why German team is a dream team. That's why German national team almost always they play correctly without having the best players, without having most expensive players of the world. They are always in final, semi-final, and now they started to have expensive players also. One of next our program we need to talk about German national team because it is technical issue. It is important issue to discuss. There are many things to talk, as I told. Now I want to change the topic to my national team, Turkey, Latvia. Turkey, Latvia. I bet just 10 lira maximum. It's my maximum 10 lira. I wanted to have a fun. 0-0 correct score. I played. I bet. So I should have. I would have threw my coupon to garbage to litter if I didn't want to show it to this for you because Turkey got second minute early goal, even though they didn't win, unfortunately. But as I told, it is time to support our national team. I said I'm not going to be critical on national team, but couple of things we need to say. Unfortunately, even if Turkey had won, I would I would have said many things. Then I could say many more things because I am not a result oriented person, because I perfectly know football gives you many chances. That's why football is favorite sport of all world. Football is open to many surprises. We knew first element that Turkey had won 2 games, both Norway and Netherlands games. It was most of luck. It was about luck by far. Majority of this job get done by luck. And secondly, I think, and as I said, individual qualities. Individual quality of Hakan Çalhanoğlu, individual quality of Çağlar Söyüncü. Çağlar was much more important than Hakan Çalhanoğlu, because sometimes we forget the importance of defense, but Çağlar and one defender is not responsible just for doing defense. Çağlar is perfect. Çağlar is a perfect football player. I hope he will not be ruined and he will not disturb himself. I expect much of him. I didn't think he was going to give those kind of contribution to his national team, coming from England, a team that doesn't. Our team don't have any system. It is our reality. Coincidentally, Turkey won 2 games, but Turkey lost. In my opinion, they lost a huge advantage. Why? I like Turkish coach. I like Şenol Güneş as person because his sympathy. I don't listen him after all of games, and I was little bit away of many discussions, but At least he doesn't. Şenol Güneş doesn't fight with media, doesn't blame on any others like Fatih Terim does or other Sergen Yalçın, Erol Bulut does. He is like ex teacher, and he thinks like he is educator, and he like really he has a soft style, and I like, but he was too emotional. Football is about emotions. In football, there are emotions. I accept, but there is system, physical power, breathe. You need to do some good things. You need to conform with a modern football. If you are targeting, if you target uh, 9 points of 3 game in European qualification phrase, playing with Netherlands, Norway, you won by luck and individual qualities. You had many problems in game, but I said football is open game, and you cannot beat Netherlands by playing correct football and 70% of ball possession, having many attacks, having many positions, maybe 10, 15. But by luck, you got that. You cannot play with Caner Erkin. You cannot play. I thought, okay, he 3-0, score was 3-0 in Norway game, and okay, he just put him because he was ex they are they must know each other. They must have known each other very well from former club team, which is Beşiktaş. But this is about Turkey. This is about Turkish national team, and this is about 2021 qualification game after beating Netherlands and Norway. This is serious job. Yesterday is yesterday, today is today. And okay, in Norway game, he just Caner Erkin put a contribution. He passed the ball, but he is just one-legged, and he is just getting the ball. He is just looking around, just to be able to cross, nothing more. He cannot go forward, he cannot come back. He is not a modern European football player, and now less when he is 32, 33 years old. Even in his club, maybe personal reasons, he doesn't play for a month. He didn't play, and you got a player, Lehare, in second French league, second division, whatsoever. He played well. Okay, you thought Şenol Güneş thought Latvia was going to close themselves, and they were taking bus on goal. But you got the score, and 45 minutes you can see that Caner Erkin didn't play anything. Just a ball hit the cross. But what? Even if the goal was scored, it didn't mean anything for me. Because you see, there is just one player. He doesn't belong there. Just relations, just experience. What kind of experience? Right back, we see right back goes, come. Even he didn't. He doesn't need to make goals. He doesn't need to. He can go. He can go freely. He can come. When the ball comes to Caner Erkin, you know he cannot go 1 meter. He need to give. He need to pass, or He just that get pass tactic to reverse angle. He tries to pull the ball with his left foot to his right, and he spilled the ball couple of times. This is not a modern football. Give the ball him, and everybody is penalty area. Okay, now cross the ball, and inside who were there? Cristiano Ronaldo, Lewandowski. No, just Burak Yılmaz to make a header shot. Burak Yılmaz never used to be a good uh, header user, head kicker. Never, ever. And Latvia, I didn't know to see that Latvia had tall defenders. They have their system from 1960s, 1970s. We know Latvia have um, taller players more than Turkey by far. They are taller. They are 1 meter 90 centimeters averagely, more or less. Why? Okay, that mindset, I cannot say horrible. Starting that, like, Latvia will play in their penalty area. They will just settle themselves on their area, on their pitch, on their zone, and you can cross the ball. You got the goal advantages and halftime, and you saw Latvia is coming. Latvia is coming without any trouble. Without any trouble, they played how they wanted. They assisted ball. They dribbled. They were dribbling much easier than Turkish players. They dribbled 1, 2, 3, 4 meters. They find it. They found spaces that General Kim didn't do. Not only General, you can if you do that. But I needed to think. I needed to express that, like before, pre-game, you can think that cross the ball. But you saw it didn't work. It didn't work. You saw, and you are doing other changes. 45 minutes. You can you I don't think it's good option, but you can say sorry. I am sorry, General, but I need to take you out. 45 minutes after, you are betraying your team. I am sorry. You are betraying your team. Football sometimes is tactic, and I thought those kind of things happening. I thought what Sorlot is supposed to tell, that in Turkey there is no tactic. It's all about politics. Unfortunately, he was correct, and I am sure that in Norway game, could be next year, could be whenever, they will stick to their system. And Turkey, who can say what Turkey play? Go and come back. Go and come back. This is modern left back, modern right back supposed to do. We saw that right back, he substitute after injury. Ahmet Çelik, he entered the game, and he didn't play in Sassuolo every game. But he has quality, and he played. He is a player of Sassuolo. That's why, for a couple of years. Where did Caner Erkin go? CSK, and he needed to come. In Turkish league tempo, you can play. You can cheat. You can fool the Fenerbahçe football fans to, okay, Caner Erkin had 15 assists, and okay, we transferred Caner from Beşiktaş and Caner and Gökhan Gönül. Where is Fenerbahçe? Because of that mindset, Caner Erkin had 15 assists. For what? Just staying, using corner kicks, and when ball comes, Caner Erkin cross the ball. 1 meter he cannot drive the ball. 1 meter, 1 meter, never, never. Just okay. He is good football player in Turkish league. And when you are belong to big football clubs, referee, other things, you can play with Caner just last 20 minutes if you want against Latvia to just to take the corner kick, the cross the ball. If you exactly collapse the game to there, unfortunately, why you took Hakan Çalhanoğlu off, why you took at the same time Kenan Karaman. We said Burak Yılmaz was perfect at his age. He is too ambitious. He is too eager to do many things. Okay, but last night he was awful. He was awful. And okay, you have right. You say you have one forward and you have one striker. Strikers have credit. All time strikers have credit to have um, bad days, bad nights, normal. Burak Yılmaz was too disconnected. He had some miscue. He passed the ball. He gave away the ball, which caused counter-attacks. He was really horrible also. Except his a free kick in good from good position, from good angle, and it was close like 14-15 meters, just out of bow. It was a little bit from left. He closed to target, but he missed. But it was a good strike. Nothing more than why you cannot take the Burak Yılmaz out instead of Kenan Karaman. As we said, I was mentioning about you can play with Uğur as goalkeeper, even though I like style of that Fenerbahçe's goalkeeper, Fenerbahçe's current goalkeeper, Altay. You can play with Uğurcan. Nobody can object unless Uğurcan concede a goal with his own mistake. Because Uğurcan is a good goalkeeper also. He is promising. He is young, but until you try to play with Jenner, you even can play with three defenders, left, both including the left back, right back. 3-5-2. You can play in formation 3-5-2. Left, without left back, Turkey team even could play much better than yesterday. Because one person outnumbered in midfield, or even you can play 3-4-3 using wings like Barcelona, like Manchester City, even though you cannot. Not important. You cannot spare, you cannot spend that good energy. Çağlar, in both games, I think I loved how to play. Çağlar was 10 stars. I give Çağlar was the best. And no, I didn't talk about Norway game, so I put two of them in both games. And against Norway, I liked how Okay Yokuşlu played. Everybody had contributed. Everybody was good. I liked how Kenan Karaman played in Norway game, even though in the first half he didn't get too much responsibility, but position by position he played. He applied, and when he get involved with positions, he did correct things. And second half, with confidence, with taking a score advantage, he get involved more, and he did even better things. And yesterday he started well. He was much better, much connected, much. He was on the pitch much more than Burak Yilmaz. He is younger. He has striker instincts. He is striker, and you already tried him. Şenol Güneş already tried him as a striker also. Why totally disconnected Burak Yılmaz? Didn't go out, and Kenan Karaman. Deniz Türüç, okay, good player, but well, it's national level, and you took with you on bench Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Yusuf Yazıcıoğlu, crafty, and with little steps, with footworks, he is easy. He is the best to get past by opponents, dribbling, his dribbling skills. He is too crafty, and he got that physical quality also. I was surprised. In Norway game also he was good. It is sad. It is really upset, and we saw that broadcasting quality, it was horrible. We not just after goals, we saw our president 20 times. It was not a World Cup opener. Not any opener. The game was without spectators. What is that? Broadcasting. It is a nation. A broadcaster was a state channel, national channel. Okay, we respect. It wasn't a private channel, but it was just one narrator. Didn't they have any money to recruit a commentator also? Just one narrator that who confused Deniz Türüç and Kökçü. 7, you see number 7 and you see number 20. How did you confuse? And I think he is warned after his mistake, and he was lack of energy. He is like he was going to die. Yesterday the game was boring, beyond boring, unfortunately. But we need to keep good energy. This is our team. As we said, it is not important for our. Personally, I am just a spectator. I'm not going to be spectator of stadium. I will watch with corona, without corona. I will watch via television. I can watch other national teams also. But I want that my country get involved. There is a good energy, good vibe. We have high quality European football players in European leagues, at least. I don't know. They throw it out. They throw it out of that huge generation without doing anything. They are ripe. They are ripe. They are already in good form by their club performance and by their infrastructure of other leagues. Çağlar maybe had good infrastructure in Turkey because he played here. We respect, but he found his physical quality, his physical quality, and he is Çağlar Sayıncı because of Premier League. Yusuf, Burak, all of them, left back, right back. But unfortunately, our mindset and Turkey couldn't set a good organization. as Turkey has many setbacks in all fields outside of football. Turkey couldn't prepare a good organization. Turkish football team got a huge opportunity with golden tray. Golden tray they bring to Şenol Güneş that they brought to Şenol Güneş. Okay, go to World Cup and we forget every problems. By luck 3 points in Netherlands. Thanks to Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Thanks to deflection of the Burak Yılmaz hit. We need to be honest. That Burak Yılmaz hit. Burak Yılmaz shot wasn't going anywhere. It was too weak. It was too much of Burak Yılmaz. Last week I said that Burak Yılmaz I admire, I respect his improvement. But we need also other dimension of other side of the coin. Two-sided. Football is two-sided, and we need to know we don't have system. And as you drop 2 points against Latvia, we should say that Netherlands and Norway win. Those two wins were just coincidence. We had already known, but I think in starting I thought being critical wasn't good. And even though I think being critical is not good, we needed to start and we needed to say good things. And in Norway, against Norway, that game brought too much hope for us, because I even didn't think that we could get 1 point. Barely we could get 1 point, and we got credit all 3 points. And I hope we could go, because there is no other national team than our national team. We respect. I am upset of being too critical also, but it is the reality. You have 10 other. You have modern football players. So if you have a modern football players, you need to create a modern football team. You cannot say you cross the ball, you come. Ozan Kabak I didn't like yesterday. He plays in Liverpool, he plays somewhere, wherever. Turkey is Turkey, Liverpool is Liverpool. You go in half line, you go to midfield line, till midfield line on the left side, on right side, you jump with attacker and you lost. You cannot come back. You are too heavy. Why? I am sure this is not tactical. Şenol Güneş didn't say come to the midfield. Come till midfield, because we need to press there. We need to be second and third zone. Just we shouldn't wait in our penalty area. I didn't think, because it wasn't tactical, because they Latvia find the penalty area of Turkey whenever they wanted to come, in which speed they came. Nobody could block them properly in general of game. So Ozan Kabak went there with his initiative, but he couldn't come back. If you don't have that energy and that rapid, that fastness, you don't go there. or if you go, you need to finish in the position there. He couldn't come back properly. He came after his opponent, after his uh, opponent forward, and he permitted cross, and that was it. And Çağlar was wonderful that much that if Çağlar wasn't good, and if Çağlar didn't collect the defense, and if Çağlar didn't keep the ball out, and if he didn't install the game, didn't set the game from defense very well, we would see Caner Erkin in other difficult positions. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't enter neither boxes, neither our penalty area, neither opposite's penalty area, opponent team's penalty area. But Mert Müldür went till penalty area, and he got that penalty. It wasn't just about penalty, but it was about his energy. He could had opportunity to go and to come. And if you are claiming to be leader of that qualification, that difficult group, even Montenegro is not a good, is not a easy team. When you have energetic, especially for wings and for backs, you need to put energy. You need to go, and you need to double-sided football, both sides of football, forward and defense. You need to do back and forth. You saw that position, just how provided Ozan Tufan, Ozan Tufan provided a huge position to Burak Yılmaz. Okay, when striker can spill opportunity and he can miss opportunity, doesn't matter. But seeing that, why you don't keep Ozan Tufan? Because he showed his energy last 10 minutes, and to stay with Ozan Tufan to go forward just in last minute. You can take Okay Yokuşlu, other football player, out, but you need offensive football player. You need a little bit offensive striker. Why you? I don't know. I need to switch off. I need to switch on light, but both I need to finish also this video. On the other hand, I need to finish that video. Taylan, Okay Yokuşlu, Ozan Tufan, and they didn't come from middle. They came from wings, and with their physical football players. Why you squeezed our midfield with Okay Yokuşlu, Ozan, and Taylan? For what? Taylan is a not national team football player also. Unfortunately, it is exaggerated. It is exaggerated because it is making like politics. It's making like everybody must be happy, and Galatasaray needed one football player in national team. It's not about that. Who deserve must play, and if you play against Netherlands, if you want to keep the play, you can get Thailand on pitch. But why you squeeze when we need goal, or when it was about to come something? It was we saw that something was going to come, and we conceded goal unexpectedly. Not I expected because we didn't keep away them. We didn't get the ball. Why Thailand didn't connect himself with other teammates also. Then you have Okay Yokuşlu, then you have Ozan, and they don't come from exactly from midfield. They come from wings. They came whenever and how they wanted to come, they came. And in that moment, you cannot keep the game in. You cannot press the game to the midfield zone. After doing that, what you did, you apply to Deniz Türüç to change the game. Hakan Çalhanoğlu is a good free kick taker. You gave up him for what? For what? For what? For what? Unfortunately, dark. We started like that, energetic with sun, with brightness, and we are in dark as national team, unsystematical, that anarchist, just about politics and just for show off. But for energy and for sympathy of our good football players, sympathy of good and young and talented, two talented generations, our generation, we should keep supporting our team, and until a final of this stage, this qualification stage, we will see what will happen. I congratulate on Çağlar, Mert Müldür, Umut Meraş, Okay Yokuşlu, Ozan Tufan. He was 10 stars until yesterday. Yesterday he wasn't bad also. Yusuf Yazıcı, Kenan was good, one of good, and I could say Yusuf Yazıcı, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Burak wasn't bad, but we need to find more energetic, more strong and consistent forward also. But until that time, or even if he has sufficient energy, Burak was good also, and Burak can be line up forward also, our striker also, because he is good in the end. Yesterday, one night, he can pass bad. It is he could pass. He could be tired. He could be fatigued and too much stress. It is understandable. It's not a problem. But the names that I had counted, what a pity for them, because they are belonging to team that don't have any system. But overall, we are good.